Hi, and welcome again to the Communist Hour with your wonderful host, the Masked Communist. Today's subject is going to be a little more fun than the last two cast news. What we're doing today is stupid quotes. It is going to be the main topic. There's not going to be any of the typical spiels that I've been giving, sounding kind of preachy, so I figured, what the hell? I do a more fun show. Okay, our first quote is from Alexei Sayle. She has been quoted as saying, Americans have different ways of saying things. They say elevator, we say lift. They say president, we say stupid psychotic git. And that, to me, it's just funny. Our second quote of today is by Bob Dole. He's been quoted as saying, the internet is a gateway to get on the net. No shit, Sherlock. That's kind of the point of the internet, you know? If you get online, you're already on the net. Good going, Brainzilla. Okay, and this one is a quote by Dan Quayle. He is quoted with saying, it isn't pollution that's harming the environment, it's the impurities in the air and the water that are doing it. And believe it or not, this guy is one of our politicians. Isn't it great to know that we have such intelligent people working in our government? Okay, the second quote is by a gentleman by the name of David Dinkins. He's the New York City mayor. He was quoted in saying, I haven't committed a crime. What I did was fail to comply with the law. Oh, aren't politicians just great? They're such intelligent people. I'm sure most of you would agree. They're greedy, selfish, self-centered, all that sort of stuff, you know. And obviously, this person here is definitely going to be put into the Mass Communists award pool for the No Shit Brainzilla Award. The Brainzilla Award will be awarded within the next 3 months. Hopefully you can tune into that show. This was a quote by Miss Hillary Clinton. I'm sure all of you are going to love this one as much as I have. I'm married. She was quoted as saying, I'm not going to have some reporters pawing through our papers. We are the president. Now, if memory serves me right, Mr. Bill Clinton was the president, and Mrs. Hillary Clinton was the first lady. And after making that quote, I'm going to be sure to put myself into the No Shit Brainzilla Award, which will be awarded within the next 3 months. And right here was a quote made by Mr. George Bernard Shaw. He was quoted as saying, a government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. I'm pretty sure this gentleman has something to do with a lot of our tax laws that are passed. If you can't get supported by the rich guy, be sure to get supported by the poor guy. It makes so much sense. Oh my god. It's excellent, isn't it, folks? Okay. The most intelligent quote I've had so far was by a Mr. Ken Hubbard. He was quoted as saying, "We'd all like to vote for the best man, but he's never a candidate." Isn't that obvious? I'm seriously considering starting a Captain Obvious award. Because obviously this gentleman here thinks it necessary to state the obvious. It's one of my favorite quotes so far. Okay. Okay, right here was a quote made by Voltaire. He was quoted as saying, "An ideal form of government is democracy, tempered with assassination." That's... oh, that sounds so much like every politician in modern times. If the one guy isn't good enough, just shoot him in the head. That definitely sounds like something communist China would be into, and most of our forms of government today. Okay, and Mr. Patrick Murray was quoted as saying, "Any political party that includes..." That makes absolutely no sense to me, because if you're a part of the Democratic Party, you're part of the Democratic Party. Pure and simple. I don't care where you're from. If you say you're a Democrat, you're a Democrat. If you say you're a Republican, you're a Republican. If you say that you're a utopian communist doing some, daffy stuff on YouTube in a ski mask, obviously you're a utopian communist doing a damn show on YouTube in a ski mask. I mean, honestly. Okay, continuing on. Mr. John Gabriel was quoted as saying, "Politics is the art of choosing between the disastrous and the unpalatable." Now, honestly, I think disaster is completely unpalatable. That's just a play on words. A very poor play on words. In fact, it's almost what you would call simile. Using two of the same descriptive words to describe the same doggone thing. It's freaking ridiculous. I know during my shows, I usually throw around the word "that's craziness" or "it's crazy" in some form or another. And realistically, what these politicians were quoted as saying is just it's what I've been quoting this entire time. It's just ridiculousness. Um, Mr. Will Rogers was quoted as saying, "An American who is prepared to run for president should automatically, by definition, be disqualified from ever doing so." Oh no, that was Gore Vidal. Will Rogers was quoted as saying, "I don't make jokes, I just watch the government and report the facts." Isn't that just the way of our government these days? If you want a good joke, I mean, seriously, some of the crap that they come up with in our government today to alleviate things, from anything between medical care, taxation, and funds that are supposed to go to emergency resources such as emergency medical services, police services, things like that. These people just spout craziness. I mean, seriously, it's hilarious to watch a meeting of Congress because you see the jackassery that's going on a daily basis with our government, and we actually pay these people with our tax dollars to do this. Okay, the next one here. Little trouble finding it, but it's here. Okay, going to change pace a little bit here because I'm having trouble with my internet connection. The Queen of England was recently quoted in saying earlier this week about recent healthcare reform within the United States as she was quoted as saying, "Stupid is as stupid does." It's a pretty impressive thing to hear coming from somebody of her advanced years, but it was quite hilarious seeing the reaction of the American reporters who were capturing this on film. Obviously, the film was stricken from record and never aired, but some organizations, who are not unlike the Utopian Communist Organization, has pirated it onto the internet, and it's quite hilarious. It's very difficult to find, and I don't entirely feel comfortable releasing any links online at the moment due to a possible backlash that could come from it. Well, today, this is the conclusion of the masked communist. I hope I have enlightened some of you and given a few of you a good chuckle. I apologize, I don't have any more jokes at the moment, but